Hello, everyone. Welcome to the TUSPR Week 0. Totally unbiased shitty power rankings. This is for the P-Town League, and let's get into it. Last year, Gavin took the championship. He had a cheap trade, got Saquon for basically a bag of chips. Controversy, don't care. Gavin will be mad about that. I don't care. I took second, Drake took third, and yeah, you see how it goes. First, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, yeah, so on and so forth. So, new season, fresh start. Everyone's titled their opinion. This is mine, but if you don't agree with me, you're wrong. So let's get started. A shining hope coming in 10th place. Chance's team. Chance wasn't there on draft night. He's got Ashton Ginty, Brian Thomas, and T. Higgins. Those are about the only bright spots I see. I think we see regression from Joe Burrow. He has Ramondre Stevenson as his RB2, which shouldn't even be an RB4 on most teams, but that's just me. Mark Andrews, I think we see some touchdown regression, although he did start the season really slow, so maybe he gets some more yards and makes up for some of those touchdowns that he's bound to lose. Terry McLaurin wants out, and I don't like DJ Moore. Justin Fields, good backup. I think he could end up starting if something happens to Joe Burrow because he gets hurt a lot. Joe Mixon, Brandon Ayuk, and Chris Godwin. It is the injured team over here. Trey Harris, good rookie. Jaden Reed screwed me, so I don't really like him. Let's go on to number 10. Nothing crazy there. Might win 3 or 4 games. A little bit better, I guess. Carson's team coming in at ninth. Carson had a lot going on draft night. This is a keeper league. I keep forgetting to tell you guys that it's a keeper league, so you're going to see some stacked teams here and there. But Carson had the best keeper probably in the league. He had Malik Neighbors in the third round. So he had his first and second round pick, and he completely fucked it up by taking James Cook and Kyron Williams in the first and second round, and then taking Rashee Rice in the fourth. I didn't understand. But he saved it with Cortland Sutton, and I really do like the David Njoku pick because Joe Flacco is now starting, and he's got DeAndre Swift. Josh Downs, I think he had 7 games of 15 plus points. Sneaky good player with Andrew, not Andrew Luck. Fucking, they look the same, kinda. Daniel Jones starting. I think we could see Josh Downs having a good season. Jalen Waddle, I think he could have a better year than Tyreek Hill. Tyreek Hill just doesn't seem to want to play football anymore. David Montgomery's David Montgomery. He's going to steal touches from Jahmyr Gibbs. I hate that because I love Jahmyr Gibbs, but he's going to get 10 touchdowns. And then Bo Nix, I think he could finish as a top 5 quarterback. Let's move on. Frisky upside. Zeke's team. I wanted to put this higher. It could switch with the guy above him, but I don't know. I don't love his flexes at all. Zay Flowers and Rome Odunze. I just don't like Rome. And well, I kind of like Rome. I don't know. That Bears offense is tricky. I don't want anything to do with it, to be honest. And then Zay Flowers, he's on a run-heavy team. A.J. Brown's also on a run-heavy team. And then Jamison Williams. The Lions just have so many mouths to feed. And with the new offensive coordinator, they're going to be throwing to their wide receiver 1 more than their wide receiver 2. So I think, I mean, they got Sam Laporta, they got Jahmyr Gibbs, David Montgomery, Amon-Ra. I mean, you could think he's the 4th or 5th option on that team. I just don't really want much to do with him. CMC, when healthy, we all know he's the best fantasy player in the league. I don't even think it's debatable. If you say Jamar Chase, you're wrong. And Justin Jefferson's the best football player. So, cancel me. CMC, best fantasy player, 25 points a game when healthy. You can't go wrong with him. If he's healthy, this team's way better. If not, he's screwed. Because he's got Isaac Rindo, who did average 18 points per game over the 4 games Christian McCaffrey was out. So he's not completely screwed. I take that back. But Brees Hall also seems to hate football now for some reason. And then Jaden Daniels, I like Jaden Daniels, but he used him as a 3rd-round keeper. Did not like that. Should have taken him in the 4th. But I did like the George Kittle pick. I think it's crucial to have a really good tight end. That takes us into our next player, Auto Draft Demon, Ken Ruling. Ken was not at the draft. We had most of the draft in person. The only people who did not make it, Chance, Ken, and Jaden. Jaden lives far away. I can't blame Jaden. Can't blame Ken either because he's a grown man. But Ken was at the Royals game, and Carson picked for him. And I would have thought Carson would have done a little better considering he was controlling a player before and technically after him, but that's just me. I love Ken's running backs with Alvin Kamara and Josh Jacobs. I think his receiving duo is sneaky underrated. JSN, I'm very high on this year. Devontae Adams. This team would be a lot better if he didn't fucking keep Patrick Mahomes with his 3rd pick. He does it every year. I'm surprised he didn't pick Pacheco with his 1st overall pick, but that's just what it is. TJ Hawkinson, I don't love, but I do think Tucker Kraft will end up starting over him because I think Tucker Kraft will have a good year. Tyler Algier, if something happens to Bijan, well, you'll see someone else is screwed, but Tyler Algier would be a stud. 1,200 yards, 13 touchdowns, good player. I don't hate Jordan Addison. Don't like Rashid White. Bucky Irving absolutely stole that job from him. And then you got Marquise Brown. I mean, solid, I guess. Might give you 15 points sometimes, not very often, but it's all right. I like the team. Could flip it with Zeke's team. They're around the same, in my opinion. Next up, really wanted to put above Gavin. We got Richard's team. Richard and me just did a trade. He got Devon Achane and Jacoby Myers, and I got Travion Henderson and Drake London. That's why he's got missing players. But he'll have Bucky Irvin and Devon Achane. Could be the best running back duo in the league if at their full peak. But Achane, injury concern. Yeah, that's all I'm going to say about that. He's got Jacoby Myers, Marvin Harrison, Ted McMillan, and DK Metcalf. The clear wide receiver ones on the team. I love it. I think at least three of those players are going to be pretty good this year. I think if I had to bet, DK Metcalf would be the one most likely to suck. But I just don't love his other picks. Aaron Jones is going to get replaced by Jordan Mason, Tyron Tracy, Cam Scatterboo is just better. He picked Jason Browley with the last pick because Mahomes threw that 1-yard fade ball to him. Richard's not even a Chiefs fan, so I don't know what he saw there. And Trevor Lawrence just kind of sucks at football. I do like Luther Burden, though. I think he could emerge as something pretty good in that Bears offense. Next up, threesome. And the reason it's threesome is because Gavin was finished after picking Saquon and Bijan. Yeah, you might be like, well, he's got Nick Chubb. No, he added Nick Chubb off waivers. Gavin's two keepers in his first and second round were Bijan and Saquon, and he didn't take a single running back after that. And you might be like, wow, that's shocking because his wide receivers suck as well. And that's true, they do. He's got Mike Evans, who I like Mike Evans, don't get me wrong. And I like Tyreek Hill. But Mike Evans isn't the same as he used to be, although circumstances this year provide him to be the clear wide receiver one, although Emeka Ibuka, which now that I look at, he's starting both of them. And so I guess he's just got that Tampa offense. Tyreek Hill, like I said, it just doesn't seem like he wants to play football anymore. Although if he gets prime Tyreek Hill, this team's dangerous. If it's last year Tyreek Hill, this team's awful. Travis Kelce, he took him in the 5th round, just a complete and utter reach, but it did allow me to get Omari and Hampton, so I'm not going to complain. Xavier Worthy, I don't see the hype behind him this year. I think he only had like 700 yards last year, and he's going as a 6th round receiver. I don't get it. I don't know why you wouldn't pick Calvin Ridley or Ted McMillan over him, but that's just me. And I'm a Chiefs fan, so I can say that. Keenan Allen, I don't hate. Matthew Golden, I think he'll end up putting over Xavier Worthy. Adam Thielen, he's got grit. The guy knows how to work hard, and he proved himself last season. Dallas Goedert, okay. I mean, it's just he's going to be on someone's team in a 10-man. Just matter of who. 12 points maybe. Next up, this team will somehow win 11 games. We got Drake. Now you're like, oh, this isn't a bad team, and it's not. Somehow Garrett Wilson will finish as a wide receiver 3, and Devontae Smith will have a top 10 wide receiver year because A.J. Brown will get hurt. Drake always seems to pick the best sleepers in the league. Last year it was Chase Brown and Chris Godwin, and this year it's going to be Garrett Wilson and probably Zach Charbonnet. But he does have a pretty good running back duo with Derrick Henry and Chase Brown. I love that. You're getting 17 points a week from both of them, guaranteed. Clear workhorse backs. You got CeeDee Lamb. I love CeeDee Lamb as a 4th, 5th pick. It's a great pick. Garrett Wilson. I don't know. Justin Fields kind of sucks at football, but maybe he'll prove me wrong this year. I hope he does. Evan Ingram, I like. R.J. Harvey, Caleb Johnson, and Cam Scatterbo. He's got the other 3 rookie running backs. I've got the other ones. Now, a couple of them are bound to be pretty good. It's just a matter of who, and we're going to find out because me and Drake have them all. So, overall, Drake's team's pretty good. Devontae Smith, he's a wide receiver 2 on a run-heavy team. He has big games now and then, but a lot of times it's just boom or bust. He's a boom or bust player. And Drake did make a pretty big blunder by picking Baker Mayfield in the 5th. He rushed because he thought everyone was running out of quarterbacks, but in reality, he could have waited and got him in the 7th. Let's go on to the next one. Just solid. Now, I don't love this team. It's Hunters. But it's just a solid team. Like, it's just going to win games. It's not flashy at all. I mean, you got Jamar Chase and Josh Allen. Those are flashy players. Travis Hunter, I guess you could say, is flashy. But, I mean, he's got the wide receiver 1 and the QB 1. Jonathan Taylor, most people don't know, but he had 1,400 yards last year. And I think like 12 touchdowns, although it seemed like he sucked the majority of the year. But he had a great season, and I think he'll have a great season again. James Conner, he always seems to do good. I've heard reports that Trey Benson's going to replace him. I don't know. Maybe not. Don't really care if he does or not. That's why I strayed clear of him. Lad McConkey, another white guy. Win for the white guys. I love Lad, though he's on the Chargers. But I like Lad McConkey. He's got a good one-two puncher receiver, good one-two punch running back, and a good quarterback. Not a huge fan of his first flex with Travis Hunter. I don't think he'll have a good season. I don't love Kyle Pitts, but Jake Ferguson. Jake Ferguson, you need to start Jake Ferguson, Hunter, because Jake Ferguson, when with Dak Prescott, I think he's a tight end 4 with Dak Prescott, fully healthy. I would start Jake Ferguson. I like Kyle Williams. I don't like Cooper Kupp. I don't think there's enough mouths to feed in that offense. I think if he was any good for all the stuff he did for the Rams, I would have thought the Rams would have kept him, but they shipped him off to Seattle, and they're like, don't come back. So I think he's washed. Christian Kirk, whatever. Jalen Warren, he's in a battle with Caleb Johnson, so whatever. And then Travis Etienne, I picked him last year, and he fucking busted. So hard feelings there. I hope he bounces back, but I don't know if he will. There's a lot of mouths to feed in that Jaguars offense too. No more excuse for Trevor Lawrence. Coming in at number 2, the Three Musketeers. And the reason for that is, I mean, look at this wide receiver trio, guys. Amon-Ra, Puka, and Drake London. You're not going to beat that. I mean, come on, that's 9 elixir right there. Three Musketeers. And then I got a top 3 tight end. You got Trey McBride. Solid running backs. Chuba Hubbard, Omarion Hampton, and Travion Henderson, right? Omarion Hampton and Travion Henderson, one of them's going to be a top 10 running back. It's just a matter of who. Chuba Hubbard, I don't know why he was going so late in drafts. Chuba Hubbard's a stud. He averaged like 15 points a game last season. I mean, he's a solid top 15 running back. Drake May, I think he's got sneaky upside. Either Drake May or Dak Prescott's going to finish the top 7. One of them is. I think it's going to be Dak because he's just a pass-heavy offense. That's all they're going to do. I don't even know who their running back is. That's saying something. I know Deuce Vaughn's on that team, but that's it. Quinshon Judkins, too. One of them's going to be fucking good. I just don't know who. Ja'Cory Krosky Merritt, or Bill, as he likes to be called for some reason. He's going to be good, I think. And Jordan Mason's a beast. And then I got Stephon Diggs and Chris Olave. Why not rewind it to 2020, huh? One of them's going to be good, I would think. I mean, they're wide receiver 1s on their team with decent quarterbacks. Although the Saints, I don't. Tyler Shaw, that was such a reach in the draft, but whatever. It fucking sucks. Drake May, I think Stephon Diggs will be good. Although he's like 31, recovering from ACL. Who knows? I don't know. Worth the risk. 10th round, whatever. Overall, running backs, I think you could say as a whole, and quarterbacks, but when you look at my 3 wide receivers and my tight end, you just can't get any better than that. My keepers, you'd be like, oh, it's fucking stacked for a 10-man. I don't care. My keepers were Amon-Ra and Achane in the 2nd and 3rd round, okay? And then I picked Puka with my first pick, and I traded for Drake London, okay? So, sue me. I don't care. I like this team. It is what it is. But at number 1, controversy? Now, reason for this is, like I said, it's a keeper league, and we got Jaden's team. So about 15 minutes before the draft, I get a text from Jaden that's like, I have my 1st round pick still. And I'm like, what the fuck? No, you don't. And I go and look, and of course he does. So his keepers were, I think he had Jahmyr Gibbs in the 2nd and Nico Collins in the 3rd. And I thought Jahmyr Gibbs was a 1st round pick, so he should have not had a 1st round pick. But either I screwed it up or he did some shady stuff and went in and changed it without me knowing. I don't know. I don't really care. I think by the end of the year, Kenneth Walker gets hurt anyway and his team sucks. I'm sorry, Jaden. I don't mean that. But I don't know. It's Nico Collins, Justin Jefferson, Jahmyr Gibbs, and Lamar Jackson. What else do you want me to say? I mean, this team's good. Sam Laporta, there's too many mouths to feed, but he's got Tyler Warren, who probably will end up being a top 3 tight end for some reason. George Pickens, I think he doesn't put up much less points than CeeDee Lamb. I think Dak Prescott's going to throw the ball 500, 600 times. So George Pickens is going to get 130, 140 targets. It's just what's going to happen. So it's a good team. There's really no flaws. Flex, running back, quarterback, wide receivers. It's all good. Kyler Murray even is his backup. I think he could have waited to take a backup and maybe got some more depth at running back. Because overall, he really doesn't have anything. Ray Davis. If James Cook goes on, I really do like Ray Davis. Austin Eckler is like 45, and Tony Pollard's not far off, it seems like. But, yeah, it's a good team. This is TUSPR week 0. We're going to see how it goes for the first week of the NFL season. But this is just my opinion. And thanks for watching. And if you don't agree, you're completely wrong. Thank you.